Why, hello, fellow sinners. So, as we all know, the price of games have gone up a lot recently. Like, the new Star Wars game is like 130 if you want all the bells and whistles. Like, you get the normal game for like $70, but if you want to get it on like time or like 3 days early, you have to pay like 100 something. And then if you want some of the other bells and whistles, it's like altogether 130. And it's just not really worth it. And I can't afford it. And so as Gen Z, then still in college, then so what I decided to do was kind of go back to the classes. Go to those games that were that are older than me that I can just play, and I don't have to worry about the DLC. I don't have to worry about the new thing coming. I can just play the whole thing entirely. So that's what I decided to do, and I went and got myself a mini NES Classic thing or whatever this is, and so it was like $16 at the store I got it from. Like, it was really cheap comparatively, and it has like 400 different games. And so that's like less than $1 per game. So I think it'll at least be worth it for me. But, and when I was going through it, the first game that was on the top of it was Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was a game that I've heard of in the past, but I've never really played, and like seen on movies. But I know it's like I think it's like Nintendo's first, and it's like one of the oldest games ever. Like, it's a really old game. And so I'm like, oh, like, let's play it. So here's my review on it. But usually when I play games, the way that I judge them is usually in like 4 categories, right? You got story, gameplay, pacing, and art. But this was an arcade game, and like, I don't think that's really fair to do that. And like, I'm a first person kind of person, first person gamer, and so that's usually how I judge them. And this one, the story is monkey got girl, go get girl, make monkey fall. That's it. There's nothing else to the story. So like, I'm pacing. It's 3 levels repeated over and 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 over. That's not really a fair thing either. The art is pretty good. The gameplay, so just gameplay automatically give 2 to 0, so the most you can get is 50%. So I decided to change it and just make a tier list of games, so like S tier would be games that I would replay again. Like, I'm planning on replaying it. This is a game that I'm going to come back to every year or so, or maybe just like I'm going to try to get a high score to this. Like, I'm going to continue playing it to get better and better at it. A tier is something I recommend to my friends. Be like, hey, you gotta play this. This is actually a really cool game. Come. It's pretty good. And then B tier is games that like I like. I'm not gonna go out of my way to recommend it, but I'm not gonna go out of my. I'm like, if somebody asks me about it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I actually really liked it. I think it was worth it. C tier. This is like bottom of the barrel. Like, it was. I'd play if there's nothing else. Like, if I had to choose between watching a show or playing a game, and this was the only game, and the show was like a really boring show, then I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll go play the game. But yeah, F tier, that's below the barrel. That's 6 feet underground. I'd rather watch paint dry. I don't care what happens. I don't care. I ain't playing that again. You tell me that's a good game, I will never trust your takes on anything ever again. But now, that being said, what did I think of the actual game? So first, things I actually didn't like about the game. These broken ladders. I hate these broken ladders. You can't jump on them. Like, you can get the bottom part, but if you try to go to the top, it just doesn't work. And like, if it does, I don't know how to do it. And I've tried a lot, and like, it's obnoxious. Like, I don't like it whatsoever. And then like, these hammers, like, they're cool, but you can't jump with them. Like, why? He has his hands, not his legs. And these fire guys, they're like coming at you, and they're just above you, and they're hiding up above you, and they're on the ladder, so you just can't barely reach them. You want to kill them, and you have to get up there anyways a little bit after, but you can't jump to get them, and they're like right there. But you just have to wait and I guess break the barrels to get some points. but you can't kill the fire guys, which fire guys are the most annoying level, especially on the second right here, where if they get on this top part, then you just have to wait for them to get down if you want to jump over, or else you have to go on this part and then not be able to take the fast way, and it takes flipping forever to go that way. And so that one's just just very annoying right there. Fire guys, I don't like the fire guys. You can't really jump over them. I like the barrels more. There should be a different enemy for it. I don't know, but fire guys just ain't it for me. And then another thing that I actually found really annoying is when you jump and you hit the platform on the side, you just fall down. Like, there's no, like, you can't kind of curve while you're falling to the left, to the right, or anything to save yourself. You hit that, you're just dead. Like, there's nothing. You just die and gone. Which actually brings me into the worst part is fall damage on this game. It sucks so bad. Like, fall this tiny part right here, you die. You're just dead. Lose life. And it's like, oh, okay, just don't do that part. Okay, just keep going. Don't jump on that part. But, once again, the second level, the most annoying part, there's only 3 levels. How can the second level be the worst or this bad? But the second level right here, if you miss this jump right here, then you have to just wait. If you try to jump down to make it go a little bit faster, you're dead. Like, no saving yourself. You're dead. Which drives me a little insane. Like, it's Mario. He's able to fall bigger things now. He's going through caves. He's doing all the things. I know I'd break my legs in real life, but Mario's supposed to be special. That's why I'm playing a game, not doing it in real life. I'm not trying to die by dropping a pebble, or the length of a pebble. Like, your jump is higher than some of these falls, and you don't die with these jumps. Like, it's ridiculous. But I actually did, I do have some things I did like about the game. The things that I liked about the game was it kind of made me feel like a new player again. Like, I've been playing casually. I've been playing video games casually for, my entire life. And, I haven't felt like a new player in a game for quite a while. But this game, then I actually had someone that was completely new to video games. Like, they played, Pokemon, once. But, they never really played video games. But they kind of got it, the same, not as quick as me, but, close enough that you wouldn't be able to tell which one was played more video games in life. That probably says more about me than it should. But, I didn't know, anything. I was, running, and I'm like, oh, this is so slow. And, when my jumps, it was the complete different jumps. I'm like, why am I jumping this far? No, why am I not jumping far enough? I'm barely going over the barrels. And, the things that I expected, that I've come to expect by some of the video games I've been playing nowadays, then they are just not, they're just different. I'm like, but I don't really play actually, I don't think I play, Pac-Man. I think that's, the only arcade-ish game I've, played. I might have played other ones as, one-offs, but never, legitimately. And so this one was, very new, and I actually really like that there was something that made me feel like a new player again. It kind of made me discover more. The only time I've seen any of this kind of stuff was, when I played Super Smash Bros. And in there, then it has, it has the spring that's flying everywhere. I don't think it has the barrels, but it has, different stuff. It's everything was new. The hammer, I'm like, oh, okay, what is that? Can that be a dud like it is in Smash Bros? Is this where it got it from? Is this where it's mostly duds and you're just dead? But no, it wasn't. And so a lot of it felt new, and I didn't know what was going on, but it's pretty nice. And a lot of you guys are like, oh, hey, what? How could you not know? This was one of the most obvious things ever. It is so simple that it was complicated for me for some reason, which I really enjoy. And kind of into my next thing that I really enjoy, there was no hand holding. It was, there it is. Everything's there. And like, you walk up, there was no explanation. Like, you didn't know anything. It just told you, okay, go. What's your problem? Like, I had a problem with, like I said, with the hammer. Then, like, I didn't know about that. The buttons for the last level, these buttons right here, then I didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, do I click these buttons? Like, do I step on them? And then as I stepped on them, then they kind of disappeared. And I'm like, oh, that must be what I'm supposed to do. Like, it was intuitive, but it was intuitive and, like, it was really simple. I didn't know. And then once I tried something, then that's how I found out. And as I did it more and more, I was able to beat it more and more. And I was actually able to beat, it is 3 levels repeating on itself again, so you can't really beat it. But I was able to beat, the 3 levels. And, yeah, so I was able at least to try everything. Not on the hardest mode, but yeah. Or not, like, hardest it can be because it's never ending. But I, like, tried everything for it, And, like, it was, yeah, there wasn't a laundry list of stuff. It was just everything was there. So, with all that being said, what are my actual thoughts on the game? Like, would I rank it in this ranking that I made? I actually think I would say A tier. I know I probably sound like I hated the game. Like, I didn't know what was going on. But, it's short enough that you can be able to find out. Like, I think it did take me, like 10, 20 minutes to beat it for the first time. And, like, you can beat it in, like, 5 minutes. Like, I think the world record is, like, 1:30, and it doesn't even do any special tricks besides on, like, the first level or something. But, it's something you can beat, like, 5 minutes for the first time. And, like, as it goes on, you can go faster and faster. But, So, I actually think it would be A. Like I said, I got one of my friends. I'm like, hey, you should try this. Like, you don't play video games. I felt like a new player at this. I think you would, too. Like, you probably are. On this game, you and me are probably at the same level. Like, you should play this. And so, yeah, I actually think this is a solid A. I might not play it again for a while, but I actually really enjoyed it. And I'm glad I actually tried some of these older games. But, if there's other games that you guys think, based upon what I've said, what I enjoyed in this, that you would want me, that you think I would want to play, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And, well, if you want to get enlightened, smash that subscribe, and, as always, stay safe, stay sane.